Video number 158, evaluating expressions with trig function values of special angles. Let's take a look. Cotangent squared 135 minus sine 30 plus 4 tangent 45 degrees. Here's what we need to do. Again, we need to take a look at the reference angle. On 135, we're talking about a reference angle of 45 degrees because 135 is over here about halfway. So you're looking at a 45 degree reference angle. What is tangent 45? It's definitely 1. Tangent over here is negative, okay? And what you may want to start doing is picturing something like this. You see, you're going to have negative x, positive y. Positive x, positive y. Negative x, negative y. Positive x, negative y. Each quadrant tells you what's going on. Positive cosine, positive sine, therefore positive tangent. Negative cosine, positive sine, therefore negative tangent. Negative cosine, negative sine, therefore positive tangent. Positive cosine, negative sine, therefore negative tangent. So, we're talking about a value of -1 quantity squared because this is a tangent of a 45 degree right triangle. And again, you may also want to have these two diagrams, be able to picture these in your head or write them down somehow and know exactly what's happening. There's your 30, there's your 60, there's 1, there's 2, there's root 3. So I'll be able to come up with both of these on a whim and be able to come up with them so much that at some point you won't even need to picture it anymore. Sine 30 will be 1/2. That's pretty straightforward. That's from the sine 30/60 right triangle. And 4 times tangent 45. Tangent 45 is definitely 1, so 4 times 1. So you end up with -1 squared is 1 minus half plus 4, 4.5. It's that simple. All right. Next one. We got cotangent 90 squared, cotangent squared 90 minus secant squared 180 plus cosecant squared 135. Now, this one's a little bit goofier because we're going to need to locate where 90 degrees is. It's right here. Remember, x is cosine, y is sine. Alphabetical order. 90 degrees. We're looking at cotangent. Well, what's tangent? We know that tangent equals sine over cosine. Therefore, cotangent equals cosine over sine. Cosine over sine would be 0 over 1, right? 0 over 1, 0 squared, bam, all right? Minus secant squared 180. Well, where's 180? Right here, -1, 0. We want secant. Well, cosine comma sine. Secant is the inverse of cosine. So what's the inverse of -1? Well, if you take -1 and do the reciprocal, you'll end up with -1 all over again. So it's -1 squared, all right. Plus cosecant 135. Where's 135? It's at a 45 degree reference angle. Now, cosecant is the inverse of sine. What's sine? 1 over 1. Is sine positive or negative? Positive. Therefore, we're looking at, cosecant is inverse sine. Sine is not 1. Sine of 45 is definitely 1 over square root of 2, right? 1 over square root of 2. Thank you. Make sure that's changed. There you go. Y is still positive. But sine of 45 is definitely 1 over root 2. So therefore, cosecant, and I'm not going to rationalize this because cosecant would then be square root of 2 over 1. Hence, the square root 2 quantity squared gets squared afterwards. 0 squared 0, -1 squared is +1. This minus sign goes over here. And then, of course, you get 2. -1 plus 2 is 1. Now, a big common mistake here. You're not going to change this to a plus. You got to do the squared first, order of operations. All right. Questions or concerns? Send me an email, and of course, good times.